No, I'm not going to lie. True story. I'm in my feelings. I've gone into the vape shop and I'm like, can I get my blackjack, please? Yeah, the salt, the blackjack salt from my vape. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, let me just check. I've only got one left, but we do 3 for £12. I said, yeah, I know you do 3 for £12, because I normally come in and I buy 3 for £12, but you're telling me you've only got one left. And he says, yeah, I've only got one left. Oh, but I've got some menthol. And I'm like, well, I don't do menthol. I do blackjack. Blackjack's my flavour. And he's like, we haven't got any blackjack. We've only got one left. I haven't got enough to give you 3. You can have the menthol. I'm like, listen, mate, I've already told you I don't do the menthol. So then I asked him, I said, excuse me, may I ask, in terms of how you run your inventory management system, at what point do you trigger the reorder? Because obviously you've only got one left, and obviously someone bought the other 2 that were left, or someone at some point came in and bought the other items of stock under that flavour. And he's like, well, yeah, we've only got one left. And I was like, I know you've got one left. You've only got one. You've told me that almost 4 times now. But what I want to know is, at what point does your inventory management system trigger the replenishment of stock of items that I've sold, especially the most popular items? Because clearly, the fact you've only got one left of my blackjack flavour, that's because it's quite popular. And the fact that you've got a whole load of menthol, the menthol's unpopular. So at what point do you trigger to buy some more? And he's like, oh, right, well, I'll put an order in today. And I'm like, is this guy really trying to wind me up here or something? I'm just trying to establish whether or not you are a reliable source for my business. Because clearly you've been on the high street, you're dealing with the challenges faced by most high street retailers, and that is how to increase your footfall and customer traffic. Because quite frankly, there are loads of vape shops popping up all over the shop, yeah? And alternatively, I could go online and find my supply. But the fact that I like to come up the high street and come to you and patronize your establishment because you sold me my vape in the first place, you know, I just want to establish whether or not you're a reliable means of doing that. And that's why I'm asking you, what does your inventory management system look like? At what point do you trigger to replenish items which are low, that are carrying low stock levels? And he just looked at me and said, well, yeah, I said, like I said, I'm going to put an order in today. Okay, I said, right, fair enough. Clearly you haven't got an inventory management system. So tell me, how long would it take to get more of the blackjack flavour in? Yeah, probably about a week or so, or something like. And I'm like, mate, this guy is just really, it's just, you just can't, you just, I don't. It's just, you just, is it just me? Or can you feel where I'm coming from here? I might as well take my business elsewhere. That's just it. That's it. The high street is fucking doomed. That's it. They're done. They're done out here. Because you've got people like him, yeah, who can clearly see the stock levels, you know, reducing significantly to the point where you've only got one left of your most popular item, and you're just sitting there waiting for someone else to come and buy the last one for you to then say to yourself, oh, yeah, it might be an idea to order some more. That might take a week. So what happens to all those customers that come in that week period who can't get what they want? They'll just go somewhere else. And that's precisely what I'm going to do.